Hey esteem, welcome to ACE Academy. I'm Harini and today we'll be looking at the current affairs of February 10, 2021. So without much delay, let's get into the first question. So the first question is, who is the first player in the history of cricket to score a double century in his 100th test match? So the answer is option C, Joe Root, and he is the current England test captain. He is the test captain of England. Then moving on to the next question. So the second question is, which state has not come under the list of ease of doing business? So the answer is option C, Uttarakhand, and the capital of Uttarakhand is Dehradun and Gaisheen. Dehradun and Gaisheen, and you should also know the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand is Trivendra Singh Rawat. Then moving on to the next question. So the third question is, which state has become the second state to implement reforms in the field of electricity? So the answer is option A, Andhra Pradesh, and this comes under the Department of Expenditure. And Department of Expenditure comes under the Ministry of Finance. So the Union Finance Minister is Nirmala Sitharaman. And you should also know the capital of Andhra Pradesh is Amaravati and Visakhapatnam. The capital is Amaravati and Visakhapatnam. And the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh is Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy. Then moving on to the next question. So the fourth question is, in which state the central government has approved the creation of 5th Tiger Reserve? So the answer is option B, Tamil Nadu, and it is the 51st Tiger Reserve in the country. It is the 51st Tiger Reserve in the country, and in Tamil Nadu the Tiger Reserve is being set up in Srivilliputturu Megamalai. Srivilliputturu Megamalai. Then moving on to the next question. So the fifth question is, which country is said to build the world's largest wind power plant? So the answer is option A, South Korea, and the Prime Minister of South Korea is Chung Se-kyun. And the capital of South Korea is Seoul. And the currency is South Korean won. Then moving on to the next question. So the sixth question is, who was the co-chair of the first Indian European Union high-level dialogue on trade and investment? So the answer is option A, Piyush Goyal. So the answer is option A, Piyush Goyal, and he is the Railway Minister and Minister for Commerce and Industry. He is the Railway Minister and Minister for Commerce and Industry. Then moving on to the next question. So the seventh question is, which Indian company has partnered with UNICEF to distribute vaccines around the world? So the answer is option B, Serum Institute of India, and the CEO of Serum Institute is Adar. Adar Poonawala. And UNICEF stands for United Nations Children Fund, and the CEO of UNICEF is Henrietta H. Fore. Then moving on to the next question. So the eighth question is, President of India Shri Ramnath Kovind has inaugurated the Jan Timayal Museum in which state? So the answer is option B, Karnataka. And the capital of Karnataka is Bangalore, and the CM is Yediyurappa. So the Jan Timayal Museum is being inaugurated in Kodangu district. Then moving on to the next question. So the ninth question is, name the first ever female who has been appointed as the Director General of World Trade Organization. So the answer is option D, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So the answer is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Then moving on to the next question. So the 10th question is, India has participated with which country in the first meeting of the Joint Working Group in the field of renewable energy? So the answer is option A, Bahrain, and the currency of Bahrain is Bahraini dinar. And the Prime Minister of Bahrain is Salman. And the capital is Manama. Then moving on to the next question. So the 11th question is, which state or union territory has launched the Chief Minister Science Talent Examination Scheme? So the answer is option D, Delhi, and the Chief Minister of Delhi is Arvind Kejriwal. And the Chief Minister of Delhi is Arvind Kejriwal. And this scheme, Science Talent Examination Scheme, is for 9th standard students. Then moving on to the next question. So the 12th question is, Dominic Ongwen, who has convicted by the International Criminal Court ICC for war crimes, is from which country? So the answer is option B, Uganda. And the International Criminal Court, the chief prosecutor of International Crime Court is Karim Azad Ahmad Khan. So the chief prosecutor is Karim Asad Ahmad Khan. Then moving on to the next question. So the 13th question is, the National Safety Council has been set up by which union ministry? So the answer is option D, Ministry of Labour. And as we are talking about the Ministry of Labour, we should also know the Union Minister of Labour and Employment is Santosh Gangwar. So the Union Minister is Santosh Gangwar. Then moving on to the next question. So the 14th question is, which company has been chosen by NASA for its SpaceX mission to perform an all-sky survey? So the answer is option B, SpaceX, and the CEO of SpaceX is Elon Musk. And the headquarters of SpaceX is in California. Then moving on to the next question. So the 15th question is, the Indian Prime Minister has launched which program aimed at improving state highways and major district road network in Assam? So the answer is option A, Assam Mala. So the answer is option A, Assam Mala. Then moving on to the next question. So the 16th question is, Yudh Abhyas 20 is which edition of an annual bilateral joint exercise Indian and the United States Army? So the answer is option B, 20th. Then moving on to the next question. So the 17th question is, who has sworn in as the Special Envoy of United Nations on Climatic Ambitions and Solutions? So the answer is option C, Michael Bloomberg. Then moving on to the next question. So the 18th question is, which state has launched the SANS campaign to reduce infant mortality? So the answer is option A, Madhya Pradesh, and the capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. And the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh is Shivraj Singh. And SANS stands for Social Awareness and Actions to Neutralize. So SANS stands for Social Awareness and Action to Neutralize. Then moving on to the next question. 19th question is, which state has signed an MOU with the central government for setting up a science city? So the answer is Uttarakhand, and it is being set up in Dehradun. So the capital of Uttarakhand is Dehradun and Gaishen, and the chief minister is Trivendra Singh Rawat. Then moving on to the next question. So the last question is, how many states have completed the reforms in ease of doing business as stipulated by the Ministry of Finance? So the answer is option D, 8. So that's it, we are done for the day, and thank you for watching our video. And if you feel that we are doing good, please let us know in the comment section below. If you have any doubt, please feel free to contact us in Facebook and Instagram. I'll be providing the ID. So meet you in my next video. Till then, bye. It's me Harini signing off.